Hello, it's Jerry Davidian from Refinish Coatings. Today I'm going to be showing you some individual products and their application. Next I'm going to do a repair on this armrest, which again has the standard upholstery vinyl wrapped tightly over it. First I'm going to insert a patch so my compound isn't sticking to the foam, which is going to stick to this, and it's not going to look good. So I'm going to use some mesh. I'm going to cut it a circle a little bit bigger, about 1/4 to 3/8 of an inch bigger than my hole. And I'm going to insert that underneath. It's a little too big. Again, the reason for the patch is to keep the compound from getting into the foam. The patch is not being applied here for strength. So what I like to do is mark the center of my patch with the little dot so I can locate it, the center of it, once it's underneath, because I don't know where it's going to end up. To insert a patch, I find it easiest to take the tweezers and put the front of the patch, or the front of the tweezers in the front of the patch here, and leave the rest behind, so you could use the front of this to drive the patch under the material. Not only that, you want to lift the material or the vinyl up and then just get this patch down underneath. Once it's down, grab it with your thumb there so it doesn't move, pull out your tweezers. Now we just have to center up that green spot. So I'm going to lift it up over here, and I'm going to slide it right where I want it. Next, we're going to take some of our vinyl repair compound, and for this repair I'm going to use our 680, our thick viscosity. The difference between the thick viscosity and our standard viscosity is only the viscosity. So it's a preference more than anything else. I prefer the thick, and so I'll do this repair with my thick compound. I'm going to put some underneath the tear and on top of the mesh screen. And I'm going to also, again, I'm going to hold my patch in place so when I go down with my compound, my patch doesn't slide. I want to get it all the way around. I don't want any unsealed area there. Just like that. I'm going to use this butane heating tool instead of this. This one giving me a very small, pinpoint, accurate heating surface or spot, and this one being much larger. The bigger I get, the bigger my repair is. The more I heat up, the more I have to texture. So I'm going to use this to get this small area. With keeping in mind that I need to make sure that all this compound comes out clear, you need to put it in thin layers again. So I'm going to get a little bit of compound on the surface of my sub patch. I'm going to make sure that I have compound worked in all around this edge. Okay, if I don't, when I heat it, it's going to open up there, and I'm going to have like an exposed edge that won't lay flat. I'm going to heat, I'm going to get it smoking, and I'm going to chill it with the chill bar. And if you notice, I'm going in and I'm going out. I'm going in and I'm going out because I'll burn it. So experience just tells me how long I could be doing this for, and that's enough. Just going to have to get the feel, and it's have to come through experience of how long you can heat that up before you're going to burn it. yet you need to heat it up enough so we have all this compound is cured. Make sure it's cooled off from the previous layer, and I'm going to continue to just build up thin layers of my vinyl repair compound. It is very common for any of us to want to fill this in much more than we should with compound and not get it to cure all the way. So you really have to, I struggle with that. I always want to put in more than I should. And I have a hard time getting it all clear. And there it is, though. It's nice. That's a nice cured area. Okay, I think I have it just about filled. I see a little bit of a ring around the edge where my repair was, just a little bit. I'm going to give it one more layer of compound, but then I'm also going to not use the chill bar, but I'm going to go at it with the grain mat and start to work my texture back together in. I'm taking great pains not to expand the compound out into this surrounding area. That's just more work, more grain for me to restore, and more time. Can you see these sharp edges? So those aren't going to go away by me pressing a grain mat into the hot compound. You really need to make them go all the way. And there's where I'll use my long, thin palette knife. And with just the very tip, spread this around where I want it. Clean the tip off. And I come in here with my two hands, my two fingers, and I give it a good swipe. Okay, so this repair is just about done. Filling with vinyl repair compound. Okay. So next I'm going to do a little, I'm going to degrease this with a little bit of our green cleaner to get off any residual smudges of compound. At this point I'm going to spray it, and if it needs some spray grain to help blend in these two areas, this repair and the surrounding area. I'll put the spray texture on after I put some color on. You can do that with our products. Okay, so this is our armrest. We did a vinyl repair. We put a patch in there. We textured it with a grain mat, and I did not put any spray grain on it because this texture is too heavy for that type of product to be used. I'm going to brush on a light layer of our primer coat. So this is the final product. This is done, ready to go back on.